Trudeau signed a pledge, an international pledge, in Paris on Wednesday. This pledge was to get governments and social media companies working together to curb the spread of violent and extremist content online. He attended the Christchurch call meeting in Paris with the New Zealand disgrace of a woman, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, and the French puppet who is struggling to have any control over his country because he brought in Islamists by the dozens, and now they have taken over portions of France. This is the same Macron who recently and finally admitted that political Islam is a significant problem in France. He actually said they are trying to secede from the nation. He then proceeded to politicize the massacre of 51 Muslim worshippers that happened in 2 New Zealand mosques. This happened very recently. It was in March in 2019, and they're trying to push for a sweeping agreement to combat terrorist content disseminated on social media. Where is the hyperbolic bull to acknowledge the massacre of the over 250 Christians that happened in Sri Lanka immediately after this New Zealand attack this year? I don't see any special meetings or sweeping generalizations to control that type of terrorism. This happened, like I said, immediately after the New Zealand attack. Why are these dimwits virtue signaling about corpses and blood, as well as a cartel like the Muslim Brotherhood? That mosque was a Muslim Brotherhood affiliated mosque. What's next? Are we going to start virtue signaling for the Cali drug cartel? Because this is the equivalent of what these charlatans are doing. Now, the question is why are they doing this? Here, it's probably important. Please visit the description. I'm attaching a lot of articles and links for you to go through. It's important here to note something that you guys, I don't even know if you heard about it, if you witnessed it, if you remember it, or if you experienced it, but I did. The Arab Spring happened between 2010 and 2011. And when the Arab Spring, it literally spread like wildfire. It happened in North Africa and it happened in the Middle East as well. The way it spread was on social media. And the way governments tried to crack down on this was by censorship, especially of social media, because they already controlled the mainstream media exactly like they do in North America. They have a full monopoly and control over mainstream media, but they don't over social media. And this is where information gets shared and exchanged between the people. So they immediately go down and they shut down social media. During the Arab Spring, there was actual blackouts in countries like Egypt. I know this for a fact because my mother was there and it was a struggle to get her out. We couldn't even, they shut down even the phone lines. I'm saying this because you guys didn't live this. You guys didn't know, you don't know these details. Very few Canadians do. There's just no interest. This is not your reality. But I lived it, and I'm warning you now because I can see that there's a good chance that this might become your reality. The government now in North America, in Canada, is shutting down platforms like mine. I've been shut down from Twitter. I've been suspended from Twitter 6 times, by the way. Please check the description. I'm attaching the video that I did with regards to that in the description. The accounts of people who are trying to warn you are getting shut down in Canada. And I also want you to think further than this, to the UK. Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson is someone who is legally registered as a political candidate in the UK. You know what's happening to him? He's been jailed, but this was before he became a political candidate. His life has been destroyed. He is being deplatformed non-stop on social media, including deplatforming from payment processors like Stripe. So much for stopping election meddling. Very interesting times. From my point of view, I can argue that this is even worse than what the Islamists did, where I come from, the Middle East, because I can tell you that as much of a dictatorship as Saudi is, we were still given the option to participate in a free market. This is not the case here. They allowed us, they gave us that luxury. Truly, in the end, they did abduct us, torture us, and abuse us. But at least we had some fun before. I don't see this here. These are simply baby steps towards the acceptance and normalization of a very radicalized and Islamic society. Now, the cancer from where I am standing has spread far and deep. My question is, what will you do to stop it?